Chapter 6. Drupadi Sarina Rootsing. As the woman in green exited the market, the vendors and customers put their heads together to discuss the beautiful new stranger. "What did she want with the White Witch?" asked the woman with pebble eyes. "Same as everybody wants with the White Witch," said her tall neighbor. "Help with man trouble." "How could a woman who looks like that have trouble with a man?" Pebble Eyes asked. "She's very beautiful," Flaky Skin agreed. "Maybe it's a man she shouldn't have." The two women looked at each other and then at the road that the woman in green had taken. They shook their heads and went back to their work. When Corinne returned to her oranges, a very small girl was standing there, eyeing them hungrily. She was the girl who had peeked from behind the woman in the yellow sari. The girl was wearing a dirty pink sari herself, and her pitch black hair hung in two slick, heavy braids past her waist. "How much?" she asked, pointing to Corinne's oranges. "10," Corinne said. "Are they sweet?" "They're the best on the island. You can try one if you like, but you still have to buy it." The girl gently smoothed the end of one of her braids. "I'll buy all 5." Corinne took the coins from the girl and put them in her pouch, then looked back across the market to where the witch was sitting. The girl followed Corinne's gaze. "My mother says the White Witch is trouble." She peeled off orange rinds and dropped them at her feet. She took a bite. Her eyes widened with surprise. She took 2 more quick bites, and Corinne was happy to see that her first customer was so pleased. "My papa says that people are afraid of things they don't understand," Corinne said. "How does anyone even know she's really a witch?" "Do you see all those bottles and powders she has on her blanket? There's magic in them. They can make things happen." Corinne picked up a discarded seed from the ground. "There's magic in this too." "Does that make me a witch?" The smaller girl's eyes widened again. "Are you?" "Of course not." The girls watched as the witch set another customer off with a bottle and a piece of paper. "What kind of magic does she do?" Corinne asked. "I don't know." Corinne looked the girl up and down. "Then how do you know it's really magic?" "Customers don't come back to you unless you sell them what they want. My mother says that the White Witch has been sitting there for as long as the oldest person on the island can remember. Whatever she's selling works. You can tell by the way her pouch jingles at the end of the day. And I know that what she is selling is not for cooking." The girl licked sticky orange juice off her hands. "That was the sweetest orange I ever had." Corinne smiled with satisfaction. "Thank you. They're from the best soil on the island, right next to the mahogany forest." "Really?" the girl said. "You grow your oranges near the forest?" Then she shrugged. "I guess that's why you could chase the gouty into the forest. You're used to taking risks." "You saw that?" "Mm-hmm. I was going to the well when I saw you run in. I stayed a little while to see if you would come out, but my mother was waiting. I'm glad you made it back out alive." "My papa told me I have nothing to fear from the forest." "Even the forest? Your father must not know very much then," the little girl said. "What he knows is that most people are afraid of made-up stories," Corinne snapped back. When she saw the girl stiffen, she quickly added, "Anyways, I had to get this back." Corinne pulled the necklace out of her shirt and showed off the shining stone. "It was my mother's." "Well," the girl said, "I still think you were lucky considering the day. Everybody knows if there's any day you shouldn't go into the forest, it's All Hallows Eve. The spirit and Jumbies are roaming. Ask anybody." Jumbies. Corinne remembered the yellow eyes in the forest, and her heart beat hard against her chest. She forced out a laugh to drown out the sound. "There are no such things as spirits and Jumbies." "You shouldn't say that." The girl's eyes darted around to see if anyone or anything was listening. "Just because you don't believe doesn't mean they're not there." "If these Jumbies are all around, how come nobody has ever actually seen one?" Corinne asked. "The forest is dangerous because there are wild animals, not because of Jumbies." She set her jaw and folded her arms. "Anyway, I wasn't the only one in the forest yesterday. I saw a farmer." Yes, Corinne thought, it was just a farmer. "How do you know? It might have been a Jumbie, like a Lugahoo. Did you hear it howl like a wolf? Chains rattling? Probably not. They say if you're close enough to hear his chains, it's already too late for you." She looked at Corinne eagerly for an answer. Corinne laughed a little more easily this time. "No, it was quiet. No howling or chains rattling." "Then it could have been a La Diablesse." They say the devil woman is very pretty. Did you see her face? Or was it a short jumbie? Those are down. You can't see their faces either, and you should never answer if they call. Confident smile broke out on Kareen's face. Nothing in the mahogany forest resembled any of those creatures. Nothing like that. She watched the look of disappointment cross the girl's face. But it was too dark to see much, she added. What's your name anyway? Drupati Sarina Root Singh, said the little girl. You can call me Drew. I'm Kareen Lemire. Drew's eyes narrowed. Can I tell you something? My mother tells me all the time that if you don't trouble trouble, then trouble won't trouble you. That's good advice, Kareen said. I'll start taking it tomorrow. Today, I have to get back at those boys. The ones who took your mother's necklace? What are you going to do? Kareen smiled.